Welcome, Hope Zvara here, creator of Core Functional Fitness, and I'm going to take you through a great practice today. So you may need some blocks, and if you don't have blocks, feel free to use low stools, and I'll show you some modifications along the way. All right, let's begin in a tabletop position. Hands and knees, fingertips nice and wide. Now bend the elbows and turn the folds of your elbows forward. You should feel the upper back broaden. Curl your toes under now. On the inhalation, bend your elbows, keeping the folds facing forward. Let your tailbone tip up and the space between your sternum and your pubis bone stretch. Bend your elbows to open the space on the fronts of the shoulders. So this is your inhale. Now as you exhale, start to hook your tailbone forward onto your pubis bone. So the uncoiling starts at your pelvis. Roll into your spine, uncurl your toes, and lean towards your heels. Now bending your elbows, inhale, take the head through, curl the toes under. Start to uncurl your spine, keeping your elbows bent when you come into cow pose. So if you push them straight and you're really tight in the upper back, you're going to end up like a surfboard. When you bend the elbows, you get the openness that you deserve. Exhale, curl the toes under, pelvic floor contracts. Roll into your spine to the chest. And then inhale, roll back through. Imagine going through that rabbit hole. Exhale, contract. Think about how you're moving what you're moving. And then inhale. Exhale. Let it become a romantic dance with your spine. And exhale. Each time you become a little bit more open. Exhale, contract, tailbone to pubis bone. And then free yourself, sit bones widen, hands press. Watch to not let the elbows turn out. Pull back on your hands to feel your heart plunge forward even more. Exhale. And then inhale, cow's pose. Exhale, find tabletop. Awesome. Bend your elbows, strut back into cow's pose. And now let's go C-curve spine. I want you to reach and bring your right hip and right shoulder together. Press through your left arm. And then inhale, come through center. And do the same thing on the opposite side. Imagine your shoulder and hips are magnets. Inhale. And exhale. Nice side body opening. We don't do enough of this. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. You're doing great. Exhale. Really trying to get into the nooks and crannies of the body that are stiff and tight. The areas that don't get movement, that don't get exercise, that don't get space. You're already overtrained in the areas that you train. And then back to center, tabletop, barrel roll. Using cat-cow as a basis, inhale into cow's pose. Now pull your ribs out to the left. Push through your left arm, broaden through your back, and then start to bend your elbows, push out to the left, and come back into cow. So if I face you, you can see from a head-on view. You're going to move out to the right, like there's a plunger on the side of your ribs. Push through your right arm to stretch through the tight mid-back. Start to bend your elbows, push out to the left, and come right through cow's pose. Nice, so up and back down. Inhale, shoulders down. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Close your eyes and really encourage yourself to connect with your body's movement, your own rhythm. If you're feeling stiff and clunky, be sweet to yourself and just nourish your body from wherever it is that you're starting at. And now reverse it. Press out to the left, push through the left arm so you're feeling space between the left ribs, broaden through your back. Press out to the right. Bend your elbows, sink into cow's pose, sit bones open. And then repeat the process, feeling your belly muscles draw up towards the back. Make space here. Relax the head on the exhale. We are only as strong as our spine is flexible. A few more. One more. And then back into tabletop. Knees go slightly wide. Sit back towards your heels. Reach your arms out. Pull your shoulders back. Wiggle your sit bones towards your heels, whether or not they touch. Your heels are not the goal. Making space is. Now inhale, walk your arms to the left. I'm going to do opposite. Press your hips to the right. So you're moving off your right heel. Really reach through your right arm. If you want to, hold the wrist with the opposite palm and breathe into your opening side body. Inhale, coast through center, and then the opposite side. Starting to create a relationship with the notion that everything is connected. We don't have to go farther to feel something rich. We have to retrain ourselves to feel exactly where we are. Inhale to center. Exhale, come up through a rounded out cat pose and slide it into tabletop. You're doing great. All right, turn the fingertips towards your knees. Open your fingertips as wide as they can go. Now broaden out through your back, which is already going to enhance that forearm stretch. Pushing into the palms, start to lean back. Now as you lean back, try to push through the pinky side of the hand and forearm just a little bit more, because when you pull back, that's usually the area that cups or the part of the forearm that twists. So try to really pay attention to what picks up off the floor and push into that. Keep the back body broad, keep the folds of the elbows pointing forward. Now bend your elbows and lift the heels of your hands slightly off the floor. You may feel this all the way into your palms. Breathe. And release, move the fingertips. Nice job, roll up the wrists. And then just bring the tops of the wrists together, drop your shoulders. As you press the elbows down, press up through the tops of the hands and the wrists. Just take a few breaths here. You'll notice I'm sitting on my toes curled under. If that's too much, uncurl them. A little footwork, though, is always good to add in. And then wiggle the hands, roll up the wrists. Nice job. All right, back in the tabletop. Spread the fingertips wide. If you notice your wrists are starting to ache, really trying to build up that strength and elasticity in the forearms, but in the time being, if you need to, feel free to throw something underneath the heel of the hand. All right, I'm going to shift over just slightly so I don't come off camera. Extend your right leg out to the right. Point the toes forward, anchor the foot. Now firm your thigh, and I want you to keep neutral pelvis, neutral rib cage. So the goal is not to sit onto the back heel. The goal is to only go as far back as neutral will carry you. So inhale, and exhale, sitting only as far back as I can keep from dumping or tucking. And then bring it back up. Nice. So you may be feeling this on the inner thigh. Bring it back. And then slowly back up again. Try to contract your glutes. Try to contract those pelvic floor muscles. So I like to use the idea of the vent on a pair of yoga pants. It creates a diamond shape inside the pants, and that's the same shape as your superficial pelvic floor. We want to try to contract those muscles. Nice, 2 more. Exhale, sitting back, and then bringing yourself back up nice and slow. 1 more time, exhale, sitting back, and inhale, coming back up. Nice. All right, press through the arms, try to avoid leaning to the left. So a lot of oblique stability here. Folds of the elbows forward to stay out of the chest. Flex the right foot, anchoring or balancing on the inside edge. Inhale, and exhale, lift the leg. Try not to hunch. Keep it long, don't drop the ribs. Inhale, swing the right leg over to the left. Anchor onto the side of the foot. Now cat-tail stretch. Press into your right arm as you side curl to the left. There's that magnet again. Inhale, unwind back to tabletop. 3 rounds of cat-cow. Remember what we talked about. Bend the elbows, uncurl, stretch from sternum to pubis bone. Exhale, stretch it out. Tabletop, neutral, extend out through the left foot, anchor the foot, firm the thigh. Inhale, exhale, sitting back, watch for dumping or tucking, and then slowly rise up again. Awesome. Exhaling, and inhaling. One more. Awesome. All right, knee under hip, fingertips wide, folds of the elbows forward, neutral rib cage, flex the left foot. Try to lift the leg without leaning. If you need to, toe touch down. Here we go, 5 breaths. Keep it low. Think about bathroom muscles and that oblique stability. And cat-tail stretch, swing it around, balancing on the outside edge of the foot, shoulder and hip are magnets. Press with your left hand as you curl. Breathe into your opening lung. Inhale back into tabletop. Exhale, cow's pose, cat pose, round back. Inhale, swipe through. Exhale, lead with the pelvic floor, feeling your spine undulate. And then again. Watch not to press the arms totally straight, thinking that that's the goal of the pose. You need to make openness through the front chest, and just locking the arms straight will not get you there. And then back into neutral. Nice job, right, grab your blocks. Step the left foot forward. Remember, I'm going into a mirror image. Walk your front foot slightly forward, and then come up into an upright position here. I want you to take your left hand to your left thigh and roll it out so that the hamstring and glute stay underneath you. You want to be the forklift, not the crane. When we're misaligned, we end up lifting with our groin and our quad, but when we roll the thigh, we're actually turning that femur head to level our hips a little bit more. So we not only get a better stretch here, we actually get work through here, okay? Which means that we're not going to use our groin as much, which is what we want. All right. So level it out, neutral pelvis, pubis bone, hip bones parallel with the front wall. I like to take my hand into my back glute and actually pick that glute up. My body needs all the help it can get. Walking your front foot slightly more forward, push into your front foot as you come forward. Now the idea of going deeper doesn't mean that we drop into the stretch. I'm just going to overstretch what's already overstretched. I want to try to find where I'm most restricted, keeping neutral. There should be no back or sacral pain. If there is, you're probably not level or neutral. I can keep either hand on either side, otherwise keeping the ribs down, bend and extend the arms overhead. Push into the front foot, and we're feeling space through here and feeling space through the back body, not the front rib cage. Our core can't work when it's not stacked properly. If you'd like to interlace, that's fine. Cactus is great too. Hug the thighs. Exhale, hands to prayer. Lower your hands to the blocks or to the floor. Walk your front foot a few more paces forward. Now draw your hips back, flex your front foot. I'm just going to move the block here. Draw the left hip back even further, feeling the stretch through the back of the front leg. Keep the toes to the sky. Now as I square the foot, reach your arms even more forward. The goal is not to get nose to knee. It's to extend out of a rounded spine. So that means you have to be up here on your blocks. I want you to do that and own it. Inhale, bring yourself back up, drag the front foot back, and now step back to the front foot. We're going to switch. Bring the right foot up. Again, your blocks are there to help you transition. Let's level it out. So if I don't level at all, I'll use my shirt kind of as an example. You can see I'm crooked. So if I don't create that alignment in my body, I'm just going to keep overstretching the overstretched parts, and the areas that are tight are going to just keep staying short and tight. So as much as we feel like our yoga practice might be helping us, we're still just as likely to injure ourselves than we were before. It just may be prolonged. All right, so let's level it out. I want you to feel where you're the most restricted. When you're overstretching the overstretched body parts, what you're feeling is strain. This is different than feeling tightness or a stretch. Let's level it out. Press firmly into the front foot, walk it forward slightly, and as you come down, you should not be dumping. And also, not overcorrecting by trying to lift the rib cage. They're two in one the same. Press into the top of the back foot, push into the front foot. You can extend just one arm, like you have a bungee cord from your hip socket, keeping your glute underneath you. You can extend the opposite arm. Cactus is fine too, as long as you're not splaying the rib cage. Neutral and breathe. There should be no sacral or lower back pain. If there is, re-square and re-level. Exhale, hands to heart. Use the blocks if you need to. Bring it to the floor. Walk your foot a few more paces forward. Lengthen your front leg. Flex the foot. Now right hip draws back. Try to keep the toes pointing up, knee pointing up. Use your blocks if you need to. Remember, it's about length, not getting my nose to the knee. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Imagine your heel caught on a notch in the floor. Left outer hip pulls forward, right hip pushes back. Inhale, bring it up. Slide your front foot back. Let's come back into tabletop. Nice job. All right, step forward here with your right foot. So right foot's going to step forward. Knee's going to come right over the ankle. I'm going to encourage you to use a block, at least at the lowest level. You can always get rid of it. I'll turn towards you. So ankle and wrist are in line with each other. Fold of the elbow goes forward. This is really important in a twist because when you're revolving, if that elbow is turning in and your arm is coming with, you're losing out on that chest stretch, which is essentially saying the line of the body here is fairly restricted. So as you turn into the body, your arm is actually turning away, which is going to create better shoulder girdle stability and give you the stretch along the front part of the chest that you really should be getting or at least be looking for. All right. So plant yourself down, shoulders distance, flat palm if possible. We want to work through that sore forearm and sore wrist. Right hand to the thigh, inhale, press yourself up out of the shoulder. And then feel free to tuck the arm as you rotate, ground the front leg, or extend the arm up. So we're looking for space, inner front shoulder to inner front shoulder. Now I have really long arms, so I'm going to get rid of my block. It kind of throws me off almost. I like to call this square twist because it's kind of like revolved lateral angle, it is, but except we're on our knees in a tabletop. I can tuck. If it bothers me to look up, realign, make sure the chin is tight to the chest, or simply look down. Keep pressing away. Turn from your waistline. Keep the front leg grounded. Exhale, lower the arm. Step the front leg back. Nice job. 3 rounds of cat-cow. Lead with the pelvic floor tail. Inhale, uncurl, make space. Exhale, contract, coil through the spine. Press back. 2 more. Left foot forward. Plant the foot. Again, if you're using a block, grab it. Fold of the elbow goes forward, knee is under its hip. Left hand to the left thigh, kind of like a jack. Let's press it open. Turn in your spine, not in your hips. Rotate the ribs and the shoulders to stack. Watch that the bottom shoulder is not diving in. It's hypermobile, and it's trying to compensate for that spine being tight. Wrist to wrist, shoulder to shoulder. Let's stack it out and turn. There should be some work here. This is warrior 2, twisted on its side. If you find yourself saying you're beyond a basic posture, then you may be missing the point of the basic posture. I'm getting a great twist in my upper back and in my waistline right now. Exhale, lower it down. Step back, knees slightly wide, sit back towards your heels. Walk your arms out as you dive it back. Inhale, walk your arms to the right, or sorry, the left. Press your hips to the right. We'll do both sides. Inhale, comb through center, opposite side. Inhale, center, roll it up, exhale, table. Nice job. Curl your toes under, lift your knees, low heel squat. Feet are coming parallel, the best that you can. Make space for your chest if you need to. As you walk your arms forward, it's not the goal to sit onto the floor flat. Imagine doing this on a ledge or like a bird on a branch. And as you sit back, stretching through the Achilles, the plantar tendon, the calf, reach forward to stretch the spine. Now breathe along your vertebrae. Breathe into the lower back. Breathe into the mid-traps. Inhale, come up off your heels. If you need to, use a block. And if you need to, also a block underneath the heels if you feel like you're still kind of starting out, your feet are tender, you're not used to being barefoot as much. And stack your body. Shoulders over hips, over heels. Contract the pelvic floor. Use your glutes. Press your palms for even better balance. And then try looking forward more than down. It will help you stay a little bit more upright. Drop the front ribs as you root the upper back. No tension. Fluid breath. Exhale, set your knees down. Hands to the floor, cross your ankles. Take a seat. Nice job. Bring yourself to the center of the mat. Hands under the knees. Now turn up through your tail. Round out through the lower back and just stretch through the spine to the chest. Inhale, guide your head forward. Sit tall. Now hands behind you. Fingertips preferably towards you. Plant your feet about hips distance. Now bend your elbows, hug your elbows, and lift your heart. Keep squeezing the elbows and the shoulders together. Chin is down or just slightly elevated. Breathe. And then exhale, roll it back nice and slow. Knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice hug, stretch out through the lower back. And then extend the legs up towards the ceiling. Roll out your ankles. Give them a nice release here. And then as you roll out the ankles, just take a moment here. Flex and point the feet. Work through those tired feet. And then drop the knees to the floor. Let the back arch. Reach the arms. Nice little stretch in the spine. Exhale, lower the arms down. Let's walk the feet slightly wider than our hips. Constructive rest pose. Let the knees drop and be totally reliant on themselves. Arms come back overhead. Palms face up, and we'll take a few rounds of breath here. Try to completely soften your spine. Relax your legs towards each other. And focus in on your breathing. Soft belly, no tension. Slowly slide the arms down, walk your feet to the left, roll to your right. Roll into your top hand, not to strain as you press yourself up. Great job. I'm not sure how awesome my hair looks right now, but we'll go with it. Thanks so much for practicing with me today. If you have any questions, please leave a comment in the comment section. If you're looking for a request for a video, I'd love to hear about it. And make sure you check out both my websites, hopecorefitness.com for all my videos, fitness blogging, anything in relation to that. And also my personal site, hopezvara.com, if you're looking for more personal information and a little motivation to become the best version of yourself. Until I see you on the mat, which I hope is going to be soon, from my heart to yours, from my soul to yours, keep practicing. Namaste.